fall trends of 2019 video. I am so excited. Down below, I'm gonna list a bunch of options for you guys in each one of these categories if you're interested. So we're gonna go ahead and hop on to the first trend. So the first trend that you're gonna see is lots of bright knitwear. In the spring, you saw a lot of like neon colors, and that's kind of trickling into the fall, except in more of like the knitwear, and you're still gonna have some of those playful patterns and things like that. So personally, I like this. I think it's different than what fall typically brings around. Usually you have the more deep, moody colors, but those neon colors are definitely transitioning into the fall this season in that like cozy knitwear, which is exciting. The second trend that you're going to see a ton of, this is all over the runways this fall, is the color purple. Pink was especially like really big in the spring, and it's kind of morphed into like this lilac-y purple color. Brands like Tom Ford like really push this out in that orchid color, and if you're thinking like, how can I really like incorporate that orchid color, you can just put like pops of it in accessories. Like maybe you have like a scarf, or you have like a bag or earrings that are purple or something. Just like a pop of that lilac color can really bring out this trend. And I think this is also kind of cool and different because, again, you think of like pastel-y kind of lilac orchid colors are more spring, but that really is being shown on the runways this fall. So that's something a little different. The next one I'm really excited about is small structured bags, especially ones with like this snake print, which was really big in the spring, and that like croc leather type style that was also kind of big in the spring, and that has really moved over into the fall, except in small structured bags. I know the designer brand Chloe really made an appearance with this, and I know on the runway you'll literally see like these small itty bitty bags, but I really think like the whole idea of just having like a small structured bag is really what's trending, and you're going to see them kind of sprinkle the whole way through fall. The fourth trend is going to be the whole satin trend, and this goes along the whole line of a very romantic, elegant look. Versace is putting this all over the runways this fall, and I think sometimes doing the whole satin look can work really well for like a night out type of thing, but how do you really make it fit into your everyday? Well, a great way to do that is to actually just get like a button down. I know like H&M and like more stores like that, I'll link a bunch of these down below in the description box in each one of these categories, like more affordable ones. I know I'm talking a lot about designer brands, but I'll link a bunch of the affordable ones that I really like down below. But you can just do like a basic button down, like a satin button down, and I think that would be so cute, kind of like front tucked in some jeans or some dark distressed jeans with some booties. There are definitely ways to kind of incorporate this satin. I know we're going to see a lot of like more neon hues of satin, and we're going to see kind of like satin with like lacy edges and things like that, but just incorporating it in your everyday life, you can definitely just get like a button down or like pops of satin in your wardrobe. All right, the next trend is Moto Boots kind of slash 90s. Now, if you think back to the spring 90s and like just the whole style in pretty much every category was big. Well, now in the fall, what's really pushing is the Moto Boots, like black Moto Boots, everything. And I think this is one of those trends that really brings a lot of like attitude and kind of definition to your look. So if you have like some mom jeans on and like a white top with like Moto Boots, that is definitely like an edgier style. I know in the spring it was more of like the girly, feminine, kitten heels, and then in the 90s style, and now for the fall it's kind of transitioned into more of that 90s moody Moto Boot thing. So I'm kind of excited about it. I'm going to be interested to kind of see on how really this is morphed in brands and things like that. I know platform shoes are really big right now too, even platform shoes like with sandals with like the elastic on top. Those are pretty big, and I think they're going to get even bigger. So the 90s style is definitely moving in, and I think it's going to be here for a little while. The next style that you're gonna see really big this fall is tailored suits. So I think more so in the beginning of the year, you had a lot of like those straight coat blazers, and now it's really transitioned into plaid, and not specifically straight, but I'll go into another trend later, but more like a defined blazer. But personally, I really like the blazer trend. I think it adds a lot of character and definition to your look, because you can get like bright colored ones, you can get more neutral, and you can do plaid and things like that, and you can just really spice up an outfit by just incorporating like a colored blazer. So yeah, I'm really excited about this trend, and you're gonna see it all over the runways this fall. And one of my favorite places to get affordable like blazers and suits is H&M. So I will definitely link some of my favorites down below for you guys. The next trend is going to be long coats. You're also going to see like cape coats really come in, but I think this really sprung like in the spring. It was a lot of utility. It was a lot of like that hunter green, and now it's kind of transitioned into a lot of like the long coats. On the runway, Saint Laurent really made a bold statement with like a white long coat silhouette, and it was like this big deal. So I think you're gonna see a ton more of like long coats this fall and into the winter, because it is just booming. And also capes, you're gonna see more of that cape jacket look as well. And I'm actually kind of excited for this trend, because I think we've been so into like the cropped look and like short things, and personally like I'm not into like showing a lot of the midriff, so I'm kind of excited for this trend. I think it'll really kind of switch things up a little bit. Next trend is one that I'm a little unsure about, but it is everywhere, and that is feathers. At first I thought like, how can you really incorporate feathers without it being like kind of cheesy, you know what I mean? But I think that they've really taken it as in like adding it as an accessory to items. So like you're gonna see it a lot on like the bottoms of jeans, you're gonna see it on bags and kind of like accents. Prada really brought this out on the runway, so that's kind of like how it got pushed out, and I think you're just gonna like see pops of feathers. This next trend I am so excited about, and you guys have been seeing it on Instagram and things like that, and it is headbands. Headbands like weren't in for like, I don't know, a long time, 5 to 10 years I would say, and now they're coming back with a bang. Like everywhere sells headbands, you're seeing them everywhere, especially like a little bit more of the poofier ones with like patterns and textures on them, and I love it. I think it's fun. I think it's a way to take more of like a casual, more like not poppy outfit and just really spruce it up by adding a headband. And it's always a plus when like you haven't washed your hair for a few days and like you've put a bunch of dry shampoo on and you don't just want to stick in a headband. I think I like it. But in the spring you saw a lot of like the clips and the hair clips that you would tuck on the side, and that's really morphed into lots of headbands. So accessories, head accessories are going to be really big, which moves me into the next trend, which is going to be bucket hats. Bucket hats or hats in general are still really big and trending, and they've kind of been trending the last year, and especially bucket hats, you're going to see a lot of them into the fall this season, and you can find some super affordable ones. I think bucket hats especially look really cute with like long coats and things like that, so I'm excited to kind of style them and incorporate them into like try on hauls and stuff this fall. The next trend that I'm so excited about is waist belts. So it's all the way that you're going to wear your belt. So it's going to be around like the mid area, and before I was talking a lot about like blazers, well now it's not just straight blazers. A huge trend you're going to be seeing is taking like a straight blazer and then adding a waist belt around it. So it's all going to be like giving definition to your look, and I think that's so fun. You can take like patterned ones. I know the croc leather and the snakeskin belts are super into. It just kind of adds that texture and a new element to your look. So I think it just takes like kind of maybe a not so like interesting outfit with maybe like a plain blazer, so you could do like a white or gray or black color, and then just take like a really fun colored belt and spruce up your look for work or anything like that. I think that's just like a really exciting trend. I can't wait to style. The next trend I'm also excited about, it's also the last one, really got brought in by Prada and Marc Jacobs, and this isn't a new style. It's Moody Florals, florals. In the spring, you see lots of neon and bright florals, and now you're gonna see more of like the moodier, more like edgy, grungy kind of floral colors, which I always like. I think those kind of moody colors are fun to kind of style with jeans, and they're just very wearable for the everyday. So personally, I'm really excited for this trend, and I think it's very practical, very wearable for the average everyday person. So those were the top trends of 2019. Let me know down in the comments below which trend you're most excited for, which trend you're kind of like, I'm not so sure about that one. I would love to know. And if you're new here, you can consider subscribing. I upload videos a couple times a week, and I would love to have you here. So I will see you guys all in my next video. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye-bye.